So good afternoon, everyone, and thank you very much for being here with us today. This is an exciting afternoon for us, both because of the guests that we have here with us, but also the news surrounding the redevelopment of 226 Main Street. So we're very excited to have everyone here, and we do, just to the right of the Lieutenant Governor, we do have the, so everyone knows which building we're talking about, we brought an illustration of what's been standing there vacant for a very long time, and at one time was a great building, an important part of the downtown, but has stood at a crossroads of the downtown as vacant and abandoned for a long, long time. And the fact that this property is now going to be redeveloped by the Commonwealth is a key piece of the revitalization of the entire downtown. We are very excited and honored to have Lieutenant Governor here with us today. She's a frequent visitor to the city of Brockton, and we appreciate that. But she was kind enough to come down today and help share with everybody the announcement from the state. So I introduce for you, please, the Lieutenant Governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Karen Polito.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's a beautiful day today, and I'm very honored and happy to be here in the City of Champions, the City of Brockton, to join with your mayor, our mayor, Bill Carpenter, and his team. Many of you are individuals who come to City Hall and perform the services to the people who live here, the people who call Brockton home. I want to thank the mayor for his leadership, always working so hard and moving so many things forward in this city, whether it's quality education, making it a safe and healthy community, and in this case, trying to redevelop the downtown, bring more jobs and opportunities to this part of the city. Great mayor, great leadership. It's always great to be in your company. So usually when I show up, it's good news, and I want to just be here because you have milestone moments that you're achieving, and I think that's really important, especially when you're talking about the flywheel effect. When you have things that are happening and you have this momentum, you need to continue to highlight them, and when you do so, it sparks the next big thing, and then the next big thing, and the next after that, and I think that's a really important part of your success story. Now, when I came into office with Governor Baker a little over 4 years ago, one of the first visits that I had was to see Mayor Carpenter. And I will remember that visit always because we stood right in front of this building at 226 Main Street. And you highlighted this as a very important priority for your administration and had ideas about how it could be repurposed. And one of the things you said to me then was that in order for the downtown to be reimagined and redeveloped, we need to make sure that we're investing in housing so that people will have places to live right near the transit station, so that if there are more people living downtown, they'll need more services and restaurants and things to do. But you also said we need more people to be working downtown. And here you have a building that's a gateway to the downtown area of Brockton that needs to be populated with some useful things and people that can work there and be part of the downtown experience. So 226 Main Street, the state made a big commitment that we were going to take this building down because it's unsafe. You've been looking at red marks on this building for a very long time, and that it will be repurposed. And that's where the redevelopment and the reimagining of this space is going to take place. We announced about a $28 million commitment to demolish this building, and my first announcement is that this building will begin to come down this summer. So that's good news. And then it will begin. And when it comes down, immediately you begin the reconstruction of it. And the total demolition and building cost is somewhere around $28 million. And so now when you rebuild this building, it's really important that you have uses in the building that will be productive, not only for the people who do business in the building, but for this particular location downtown. I'm very pleased to announce that there will be 2 tenants in this building. One of them is our Department of Unemployment Assistance, that's DUA. They have a presence in this community at 36 Main Street. They're going to leave that building and come into this building because they need new space. There's about 80 employees, and they will be one of the anchor tenants in the Ganley building as soon as it is reconstructed. That leaves the opportunity of taking 36 Main Street and selling that, making it available for redevelopment, have a private sector use for 36 Main Street. And that's music to the mayor's ears, because that will be a tax-producing property that can be used for whatever it is that you would like. Maybe it's a mixed use, maybe it's commercial and housing. And it's right across from the new parking station that you also advocated for and received a MassWorks grant for, that will tie up that end of Main Street too. So that's a great news story. The other tenant is something that I know was very important to the mayor, because he talked about this as well, and that is for Massasoit Community College to open an office in this building. I know Bill is going to talk a little bit more about what they figure the outfit will be and what the use will be. But when you think about the Department of Unemployment Assistance, where you're trying to match people to jobs, to employers in the area, and you have Massasoit that's right there that could be available for training and access to certificate programs, I think that's a really great use. It will be beneficial for sure to people of this region and to this community. And it will bring employees to this building that will be working there throughout the work week. So I truly believe this is a great success story. Shows a lot of collaboration, creative thinking, and getting stuff done, which is something that we all care deeply about. So now I have the great special honor to ask the mayor to come forward as we unveil what the rendering of the facade of the Ganley building, and I know the architect, Jones Architect, will also be talking about this a little bit more. So drum roll, ready? Ready to go? Okay. Very good. Congratulations in advance to all of you. I'm very happy to be here to make these announcements and to mark your progress. Congratulations. Thank you.
So I think that the really exciting news today, in addition to all the great things about the building, is the fact that Massasoit will be taking space on the ground floor and bringing some classroom space downtown, bringing educational presence downtown, and what we believe will be a first step towards an ever-expanding educational presence downtown. So we'd like to invite up the Vice President of Massasoit Community College, Bill Mitchell.
I literally from back there thought this said Massasoit Community College. Sorry, Mr. Mayor. This isn't going to work. So on behalf of President Glickman, the new president of Massasoit Community College, I bring greetings. This is truly an exciting day. For those of you who have been around a while, we've had a little bit of a start and stop. But through President Glickman's leadership and her vision, when we talked about having a presence downtown, she jumped at the opportunity. She came from an institution, a community college, that was embedded in the city in which they were. And so she has jumped in with both feet and really allowed the college to partner with the mayor, with the city, and all our friends in government, certainly the local delegation, to do something wonderful for this city. Not only wonderful, but necessary. And so Massasoit, although all the details aren't worked out as far as the academic program goes, we do know that we will bring perhaps ESL downtown, which is needed. We have waiting lists across the city. We have waiting lists at Massasoit for folks to come in. We may create an enrollment center where folks can come downtown and learn about Massasoit and learn about community colleges. We want to perhaps engage university partners to bring other higher ed institutions with us to offer different academic programs. We certainly want to listen to the folks downtown, both the businesses that are here now and then businesses that will come as a result of this and get their idea and their input on what Massasoit can bring and will bring to the city of Brockton. So on behalf of President Glickman and her leadership, we're really looking forward to this opportunity. It's been a long time coming. We are truly excited for this opportunity, and we look forward to being right about here, right in the front, right in the storefront. Is that correct, Mr. Mayor?
You can go wherever you want.
All right, now you heard it here, and it's on tape. We can go wherever we want. And I do have to say, I'm going to petition President Glickman if I can move my office down here, because the coffee that I had at the coffee shop right around the corner was one of the best cups of coffee that I think I've ever had. So kudos to whoever that is. And I can't accept a free cup of coffee for that because I'm a state employee. But anyway, thank you all. Thank you very much for your support. The Baker-Polito administration has been so supportive of Massasoit and community colleges in general, grant after grant, to help us purchase the equipment and do the necessary things to get students from us into the workforce. And so we're very grateful for that as well. DCAN's been a wonderful partner in a number of different projects, and certainly the mayor has been a great partner, and we look forward to continuing those relationships. And as always, the local delegation, thank you very much. So we're very excited for it, and it's getting very hot, so I'm going to stop talking. Thank you.
Well, that's going to just about wrap up the formal part of our presentation. If you're not yet believing in the revitalization of downtown Brockton, come back next month for the next groundbreaking, the next announcement, because they're going to keep coming after and after and after. Thank you.
In Brockton, we swing for the fences so we can touch home.
We coach in Brockton to instill the teamwork that builds a great winning tradition.
We do business in Brockton because here you can find a taste of home away from home.
We keep our company in Brockton because we love this city.
I study and learn in Brockton to achieve my goals.
When Brockton is home, everything is within reach.
My name is Marty Suberg. I am the Commissioner of the Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection, and welcome to Brockton City Hall today. And I'll say, first of all, happy Earth Day, happy Earth Week. You know, there's not much that makes people at DEP smile, but this week is one of them, because we're celebrating nature. Yeah, some of you who deal with us, you know, appreciate that reference, but. And the Baker-Polito administration has been active celebrating Earth Day and Earth Week. There have been events celebrating stream restoration in Plymouth. There's a tree planting that's been going on, attention to farms, attention to green communities, and of course our very own piece of it is highlighting the value of renewable energy through electric vehicles. So I first and foremost wanted to thank our host, Mayor Carpenter. Thank you so much for hosting us. Thank you so much for making this beautiful venue available to us this afternoon. It is particularly appropriate because Brockton is a community that is really embracing the electric vehicle revolution. Over to my left, we have a map. It may be a little hard to see the details from where you sit, but come up and look later. But I'll say the cool colors are on the lower end of the number of vehicle scales. The warmer colors, the oranges, the pinks, the reds, those are communities that have more vehicles. And if you have a lightning bolt in your community, it also means that you have charging facilities. And Brockton is on the warm end of the scale, on the hot end of the scale, 13 vehicles, a number of charging facilities, and more to follow. So we are very, very pleased to be here in Brockton, where people are really embracing the technology and embracing the use of the technology. And it's really important for us because this is a year where we in the administration are paying a lot of attention to greenhouse gas emissions. As you know, under our Global Warming Solutions Act, which sets goals for our state in terms of dealing with climate change and reducing emissions, We've done tremendous work in the electric sector, bringing emissions down. We're doing a lot on energy efficiency to make sure we're using energy wisely. But transportation is the big frontier. It accounts now for 42.7% of our emissions of greenhouse gases. It also accounts for emissions of other air quality affecting particulates that we would also like to deal with. So electric vehicles, non-emitting vehicles pose really important answers. When you are driving an electric vehicle that is fed by a clean source of energy, in other words, if it's coming off of renewable energy, as we in the Commonwealth are working towards, you get the double benefit, the benefit of no emissions from the vehicle and being charged by non-emitting sources. Some of our people that spend a lot of time thinking about this say that could translate to as much as 75 miles per gallon for a conventional engine and about 6,000 gallons of gasoline saved over the life of a car. So we at Mass DEP have programs for both public fleets and infrastructure. And the infrastructure, I mean the chargers and the other things that really make electric vehicles work. And why we're here and so pleased to be here in Brockton is we spend a lot of time working with our municipal partners who really are on the front line of environmental protection and protecting public health. And they have embraced the benefits of electric vehicles, recognizing the emissions benefits we get, recognizing the long-term economic benefits we get. And so we have worked with a number of communities on our electric vehicle incentive program. And it provides vehicles and it provides chargers to cities and towns interested in taking advantage of it. And since 2013, we have utilized over $2.7 million to fund 267 electric vehicles and 92 publicly accessible charging stations. Today, we're announcing $318,500 to 17 additional public entities for 54 more cars and 2 level 2 dual port charging stations. 11 of the public entities we are awarding today are people that have taken advantage of the program before. So like Brockton, they're building on the success of the program before. So we are delighted to be in Brockton with over $120,000 in funding that the city's already received. Again, 13 full vehicles, full battery vehicles, and publicly available charging stations. And we're very pleased that Brockton is receiving another $5,000 grant today to help purchase another electric vehicle for its fleet. So with that, I'd like to turn the program over to our host, the Mayor of Brockton, Mayor Carpenter. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon and welcome everyone. And first, Commissioner Suberg, it is a pleasure to have you back here in Brockton with us today. And we do appreciate our relationship and our ability to work with you. Brockton became a green community in 2017. That was one of our objectives when we arrived. And it honestly took a couple of years of hard work to fulfill all the requirements for Brockton to become a green community. But I think we were the first city in southeastern Mass that was able to obtain green community status. And I think that this electric vehicle program is very consistent with a lot of the programs that we've been able to take advantage of help from the state in changing the way that we operate city government and look at our responsibility of reducing our carbon footprint and becoming a truly sustainable city. We're now participating in the municipal vulnerability program, looking at long-term climate change and how we can impact that here in the city of Brockton. We've been participating with the state in the greening of the Gateway Cities program, which has allowed us for a couple of years now. We've been, with the help of the state, rebuilding our urban tree canopy, which is also good for energy conservation and quality of life and cleaning the air. So we've, and even the coming out of the Green Community Program was the municipal LED program, where we've converted all of the city streetlights to LEDs now, saving a tremendous amount of money and saving a tremendous amount of energy at the same time. So when we had the opportunity a couple of years ago to participate in the electric vehicle incentive program, it was really a good fit for us in terms of our overall game plan. And we did pilot first with a couple cars, one and then two more, total of three. And, you know, there were a few skeptics around City Hall and in city government when we first got the couple electric vehicles. Somehow we've gone from, when I first had the electric cars coming in, people were fighting over not wanting them, and I'm not driving one of those, to now I've had to transfer a couple cars because everybody wants one for their department. So it's a good problem to have, because the cars have been, the Nissan Leafs have been really a practical car for city use. I mean, if you think about it, as far as I know, the vehicles don't leave the city during the day. You know, the range hopefully is not an issue. If it is, they won't make it back. But when you think about people like health inspectors and building inspectors and assessors, that as part of their regular daily work are spending most of their day driving around the city, visiting various sites. And so these Nissan Leafs are just a perfect fit. And they've really worked out well for us. I know we've saved a lot of money in gasoline and expenses, but even more so, I think it's the fact that what the use of the electric cars symbolizes in terms of the city's commitment to sustainability and caring about the future and reducing our carbon footprint and really being a true green community. Our Nissan Leaf program is a big piece of it. So I know, Commissioner, I have had the opportunity, I've had calls from a couple other mayors over the last couple of years asking me how the electric cars have worked out, and I tell them they're a great fit for city government. There are a lot of our folks that are out on the road during the day that the electric vehicle is a perfect fit. So we are very pleased to accept some more money from you, Commissioner, and we're very much welcoming all the other communities that are here today that are also participating in the program, and I congratulate all of you on your awards, and I believe that your experience with the Nissan Leafs in your city or town will be just as positive as ours. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and truly thank you for your leadership on this, and not just on the EV program, but a number of the programs that truly make Brockton a green community. One of the things we do to commemorate this, and hopefully, ordinarily we're in the paper saving business, but sometimes we think having paper is a good idea, and hopefully this particular certificate that we'd like to award to you is recognition that you were one of the early investors into technology, and hopefully years from now we'll all look back on this and say that communities like yours were front runners and really the reason why we have had the success that we will have. So thank you again, Mr. Mayor.